Spousal maintenance in Arizona is not automatic, and it is not intended to punish someone. Instead, spousal maintenance is designed to get both parties to the point of self-sufficiency, meaning we want each party independent of the other to be able to afford to live and their expenses associated with living. Now, of course, there are going to be factors that contribute to that. Are we talking about children? What type of lifestyle were we living during the marriage? But that's what spousal maintenance is and how it typically works in Arizona. Being married for a long time does not necessarily mean you're entitled to spousal maintenance in Arizona. Instead, for qualifications, we're going to look at a multitude of factors. The first step of which is each party self-sufficient? And is each party capable of providing support for the other? So if we have one spouse who's not currently financially self-sufficient, and we have another spouse who's capable of providing maintenance to the other, we would typically allow that case to proceed forward. We would start to utilize our spousal maintenance guidelines and our spousal maintenance worksheet to figure out what exactly that spouse needs to become self-sufficient, what their spousal maintenance award should be, and for how long they should receive it until the point by which they can get to be self-sufficient. Two very similar fact patterns in Arizona relating to their divorces can give very different spousal maintenance awards, but it's getting better. In Arizona, we finally set up parameters that we call spousal maintenance guidelines, which dictate how much and for how long spousal maintenance you're going to receive. Now, these aren't black and white numbers. These are ranges of numbers, ranges of time frames for how long you should pay spousal maintenance. But this has at least given us some degree of a framework on how the courts are going to decide issues like spousal maintenance. In making those calculations, the court's going to look to a multitude of factors: the length of the marriage, how much each party earns, some of the living expenses of both of the parties, and then the court will plug that information into that spousal support worksheet to figure out how much one party should pay the other in spousal maintenance. Lifetime spousal maintenance in Arizona is rare, but it does happen. Spousal maintenance terms in Arizona can range drastically. Typically, the shorter the duration of the marriage, the shorter the duration of the spousal maintenance award. However, that's not exactly a bright line rule. If you have a party who, for instance, became significantly injured while you were married to them, that may extend the period by which the spouse needs to pay spousal maintenance. In fact, sometimes those situations, depending on the length of the marriage or something like that injury occurring during the marriage, can lead to an actual indefinite or lifetime award of spousal maintenance. If circumstances change in Arizona, spousal maintenance is able to be modified or terminated. Typically, what the court is going to look for in that circumstance is a significant change, meaning having a pay cut of 50 cents per hour, it's probably not going to do it. What the court is looking for is that loss of employment, or that loss of ability to work, or that significant reduction in income, or perhaps another party getting married or significantly reducing their income may inhibit their need for the spousal maintenance. So the court is going to look for a big change relating to a financial portion of the case and the circumstances between the parties to determine whether or not it's appropriate to either terminate or modify spousal maintenance.